What is going on, everybody? This is Cocky Cousin Jay coming at you with a little bit of a different video. Normally on this channel, I'm gaming my nostalgic classics and speed running and finding weird little glitches here and there. But today, I decided to do a little something different. Been speed running this gem, this critically acclaimed classic that is WCW trademark Nitro on the PlayStation 1. And we're doing a little something different today. We're going to rank the Rants from best to worst. And that, puts in a few factors here. How much pizzazz they were given, how much they were really trying to sell themselves and their gimmick, and I don't know, how cool they are and or funny. And the shit ones will be the ones where they obviously didn't give a fuck and they just knew they were collecting a paycheck and, oh, I'm gonna be in this wrestling game that's probably gonna suck farts. That is why you will get a low rating, sir. But no, we're going to rank them from worst to best. We're going to start with Hollywood Hulk Hogan, brother, dude. And, knowing Hulk Hogan, he's going to take it serious. He has the largest pythons, them 24-inch fucking pythons. No, I'm a fat fucking, lethargic piece of shit who's going to open another beer, and we're gonna watch the Hollywood Hulksters rant his promo, and I'm gonna give a rating. And why should I give a rating? No reason. I'm just going to. So let's see what the Hulkster has to say in this critically acclaimed classic that is WCW Nitro trademark for the PlayStation.
Brother, you think you got what it takes to beat Hollywood Hogan? Watch ya climb in the ring and try out the largest arms in the world, Hollywood style.
Well, first of all, the amount of jazz hands that were in there, he's taking himself. He fucking believes his own hype. He's eating the candy, whatever the fuck that means. I don't even know if that's a saying, but, we're going to make it a saying. He believes every bit of his own hype. And why shouldn't he? He's Hulk Hogan. Love him or hate him. You can't take away for what he's done for wrestling as a mark. I actually hate it when fans call themselves marks. We're fans. Let the wrestlers use the wrestling lingo, okay? I'm not a wrestler. I'm just a fat, shitty hand-tattooed guy who plays video games, screams in a death metal band, Entombed in Ice and Fuck Beast. Please look it up. And that's my shitty little plug there for my bands. Entombed in Ice coming out with some music soon. Keep your ear to the ground. And Fuck Beast, look up Fuck Beast anywhere. Just don't Google image Fuck Beast and you'll find the album. But no, Hollywood Hogan believes his own hype. Why shouldn't he? He's Hulk Hogan. Love him or hate him. Hating him as a kid. Did a lot for what we love. And, we'll put ourselves through the hell that is wrestling now. Just to get little bits of what we liked when we were younger. So, how good was it? We'll give it a... that's going to be our 7, as far as... He did the promo, he did the Hulk thing, he didn't give a shit, but he kind of gave enough of a shit because it's Hulk Hogan. And he's doing his Hollywood Hulkster NWO thing. Brother, dude. So, yeah, we'll give that a 7. It was fun to watch in all the jazz hands one more time.
Brother, you think you got what it takes to beat Hollywood Hogan? Watch ya climb in the ring and try out the largest arms in the world, Hollywood style.
7. Fucking great. Funny. Woo! You gotta fucking love the Nature Boy, man. Besides, the terrible things he has done. But you gotta love the Nature Boy. You know, what can you say about him? You know, he just signed a deal with AEW. Man, I can't wait to hear corny shit on that, because it is gonna be a fucking abortion, I'm sure. But, I mean, you gotta love Ric Flair. Woo! The AEW stuff's gonna suck, but will this rant suck? Oh. You know they went, and go now, it's going. And he didn't really notice, and he just went, oh, yeah.
If you want to wrestle an inch more Ric Flair, you gotta be able to walk that aisle and style and profile.
Woo! Wow, he did not give two fiddlers fucks.
If you want to wrestle an inch more Ric Flair, you gotta be able to walk that aisle and style and profile. Woo!
Man, he didn't care. He didn't care at all. He did the gimmick, that's about it. It was funny, but I think the only reason it was funny was that, you know, intro, that beginning to his, he just took that big, he fucking sucked in a bunch of air for that diaphragm and, you know, said a lot of words all at once, but he didn't give a fuck. It was lame, but it was funny though nonetheless, so we'll give that a 5. That's our middle of the ground, because it was funny, but unintentional, you know. He didn't care. He was collecting a paycheck. The Stinger, Steve Borden. My Aunt Mary gave me a VHS when I was probably about 5 or 6, and it was my introduction into wrestling. And it was about the Stinger, man, you know. The older I get, I find myself liking other wrestlers more, but as a kid, man, Sting was my hero. You know, Sting was... He was literally a superhero in my eyes. I mean, how cool was he? And I never even watched the Crow movie. Just got married this Halloween with my wife. Who the fuck gets married on Halloween? This fat, shitty, hand-tattooed male. And my wife. Those are the people that get married on Halloween. Cocky cousin Jay and my wife, Ashley. And, you know, I mean, the Crow gimmick was so cool. And even before that, you know, the Surfer Sting, you know, bleach blonde hair gimmick. He was, you know, the quintessential good guy. He was the guy you wanted to like. He was anyone who didn't want a generic wrestler. You know, he's the guy you drifted to, you went to, because, you know, he had the cool face paint, his physique, great, and I mean, you know, being that this is the Crow Sting, he'll take this at least a little serious, so let's see what the Stinger, Steve Borden, the old Blade Runners, got.
You really think you're ready for the Stinger? You really think you're ready for the Scorpion Deathlock? You think you're ready for a fatal encounter?
Ooh, that end there, Sting's jacked. I kind of liked it. The whatever mic they were using, you know, a little quiet there. I'm a little deaf from the years of death metal and abusing my eardrum. But one more time.
You really think you're ready for the Stinger? You really think you're ready for the Scorpion Deathlock? You think you're ready for a fatal encounter?
A fatal encounter. That's cool, man. If you were a kid and you saw that, you would just be like, fuck yeah! And then you play this game and be like, oh, what the fuck? I don't know how to play this game at all, because I need to know button combinations to play it. But no, I mean, it was a cool rant. It's the Stinger. I mean, you know, as a kid, just nostalgic purposes, I gotta give that a 10. You know, as a kid, that was the best one. I mean, maybe not the best one, but as a kid, you know, you loved Sting no matter what, and you saw him. And out of this whole roster, when you're a kid, you of course you pick Sting. He looks dope as fuck. So I mean, you gotta give it a 10. Lex Luger, the total package. Now, as far as physique, yes, the total package. As far as in-ring ability and or promo skills, maybe lacking. But the older I get, I do think Lex Luger gets a little more hate than he deserves. You know, some of his matches hold up better than modern matches. I'm sorry. You know, when I was younger, I liked all the dumb, stupid CZW shit, and you know, I'm not a wrestler. I'm just a fat dude who games and plays music and fucking, you know, for a living, I replace toilets, and I'm a master shitter replacer. But no, I fucking am fix shit. But you know, Lex Luger, he is underrated. In the definition of underrated, you know, he gets a little more hate than he deserves. Great position. He is the total package for a reason. His physique is almost gross. It's almost gross, but it is not gross enough to deter you. You just, you know, no homo. Look at him and just go, wow, that's fucking, you know, impressive. It's impressive. And, you know, the torture rack, such a cool finish. Such a dope fucking finish. I mean, come on. You know, Scorpion Death Drop, Scorpion Deathlock, cool finish. Torture rack, fucking cool finish. And yeah, let's see his rant, though.
This is why they call me the total package. This is why they call me the total package. Do you have a pain threshold to withstand the torture rack? Let's find out.
I mean, you know, that doesn't make me want to select you now that you're threatening me, but no, I mean, come on, man. His muscles are moving and fucking gyrating and goddamn. Looks great, no homo. And,
let's find out.
He doesn't give a fuck, though. I mean, we'll give that up. That's another 5, you know. We'll keep Flair at a 5, because Flair had a little more fun with it. He was doing his gimmick. We'll give this a 4, truthfully. He didn't give a fuck. But, I mean, great shape. And, truthfully, I mean, Lex Luger, you know, he was a cocky motherfucker, but can you blame him? If you looked like that, and were making what he was making, could you blame him? No. No, you can't. Most people say they're humble. Most people aren't. Most people aren't fucking humble. They're full of fucking shit. Alex Wright. Now, I haven't watched some of these promos in a while. Been speedrunning this game lately as one specific character. I won't give that information yet until the speedrun comes out when I get a world record. But I do remember as a kid, you know, his promos. I thought he was so cool, and now when I watch him, they're fucking hilarious. I still remember the fucking head turn. Not the head turn, the full body fucking, hey man. I still fucking do that. That's embedded in my fucking stupid white privileged mind. No, I'm fucking white privilege, more like white trash. But it's embedded in there. It will remain in there, and it's fucking hilarious. But I mean, he takes himself pretty serious. So let's see how this goes.
Hello, here's Alex Wright.
Oh, he is one with 2 of them. That's right. He is one with 2 rants, and that was not the one I remember the most personally. But let's see it again. It gives that one. Let's watch.
Hello, here's Alex Wright. Wenn ihr high-flying Wrestling Action wollt, den Spinning Sidekick, den Top Turnbuckle Dropkick, dann nehmt mich und der Sieg ist euch sicher. Ich verspreche euch.
And, about 85% of what he said, I have fucking no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. But I remember it. Yeah, fucking, yeah. So, it's pretty funny. Tense at the beginning. Caveman grunts, you know, fucking, he's like a troglodyte. He's just grunting and visceral. Great shape. But, let's get to the one we all want. That's not it. That's it.
Here's Alex Wright.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Hey man, here's Alex Wright. If you wanna have high-flying acrobatics and total wrestling action, pick me, and I show you what Alex Wright is all about.
Yeah, I mean, gotta love it. You know, that's a 10. That's a 10. I mean, he's trying to sell himself. Do we know mostly what he's saying? Kind of. Not really. But he's giving it his all. And you gotta love the Wunder Kid. The Wunderkind Alex Wright. The Prodigy, baby. I think that's what it means. I don't really remember. Macho, rest in peace. You know he's gonna do the fucking Macho Man. Fucking again, another fucking visceral fucking caveman. Just Neanderthal fucking. But you gotta love him, man. I mean, took him serious. Great shape. Looked cool, too. I mean, rest in peace, Macho. What you got?
Oh, yeah! Watch the flying elbow drop off the top rope. Not only beat people 1, 2, 3, but I hurt them real bad. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah! Watch the flying elbow drop off the top rope. Not only beat people 1, 2, 3, but I hurt them real bad.
Not only does he beat people 1, 2, 3, but he hurts them real bad. And I will give that just from the ooh yeah, you know, 3 times what 3 is. And we're going to go with 9. That deserves a 9. I mean, come on. That's Macho. Never was personally one of my favorites as a kid. But his matches are great. They majority of them still hold up. And, you know, I mean, fucking hilarious rant. Snap into a rant. Gotta love it. And I'll plug his fucking rap album right here. Be a man, Hogan. You know, fucking whatever the fuck it was called, I don't remember, but that song's hilarious. Dean Malenko. Oh. Yeah, 9. 9 for Macho. Dean Malenko. Underrated. If you're about as old as I am, I won't disclose that information. I'll let you guess in the comments down below. But yeah, if you're as old as I am, or at least as old but was as poor, so you collected wrestling VHSs from stores that were going out of business. If you saw anything with Dean Malenko from WWF, WCW, to whatever, great matches. The older I get, the more I appreciate wrestlers like Dean Malenko, and the more I just have respect for him. You know, I can't do what these men do, and the women also. But you know, Dean Malenko, you know, underrated. His promo skills, though, his rant. That's to be determined right now.
It only takes 1 of 1,000 holds to defeat you.
It only takes 1 of your shitty rants for me to select another character. Let's finish.
It only takes 1 of 1,000 holds to defeat you.
The man of 1,000 holds. And the man of 1 rant.
It only takes 1 of 1,000 holds to defeat you. If you think you're man enough for the challenge, step in the ring.
Why do they threaten? I'm trying to select a character. Stop threatening me. He was never a great promo guy. You know, he's never his in-ring ability and prowess speak for itself, and you know that's enough, truthfully. However, this rant sucks. It was boring, and no one selected Dean Malenko from this, unless you already knew he was a man of 1,000 holds and you were a Dean Malenko fan. So, I mean, truthfully, we're gonna give that. Oh, I'll give it a 2 because he mentioned it. You know, he is the man of 1,000 holds. Not 2,000 holds, but he is the man of 1,000 holds and a 2 rate because he's serious, but it was boring, and he really didn't give a fuck. He's getting paid. He's probably working that night. You know, so who gives a fuck? Eddie! You know, this is old school Eddie Guerrero when it's spelled with the Y and not the I-E. And that only means it's not the Eddie Guerrero that the majority of people love. Old Eddie Guerrero, Tiger Mask. Rest in peace, man. I mean, you know, he had his struggles. He put his body through a lot. I was never a huge fan growing up, and the older I get, you know, gotta love Eddie Guerrero. I mean, and I wish he had everything I probably would have liked as a kid, but you know, I gravitated towards, you know, Sting and Gold Dust, and I liked, you know, Harlem Heat. They had the cool flame attire. Some people may say it's shitty, but I liked it. My cup was fun, boy. Ooh. My bastard. But yeah, Eddie Guerrero, man. Rest in peace. Great. One of the greats. The older I get, the more I like him. I think Eddie Guerrero is one of the few wrestlers. I think it's only Alex Wright and Eddie who have 2 rants. Now that I'm looking at it, I can't remember anymore. But yeah, I think he's one of the few that has 2. So let's start with one of them.
You better be ready to wrestle, because you know, when you're getting in the ring with Eddie Guerrero, it's going to be high-flying and exciting.
Well, the wrestling may be high-flying and exciting, but this game is not high-flying and not very exciting, and that rant promo was pretty fucking boring. So, I mean, we'll give it a combined score. Because, I mean, with Alex Wright, you know, it has to be a 10. Just from the one and the other, he's just grunting, so it's tense, hilarious. It's pretty cool. Eddie, take it away for the next.
Alístense, porque ustedes saben, cuando entran al ring con Eddie Guerrero, les voy a dar lo mejor de lo que yo tengo.
Yes, there were 2 rants there. One of them was boring and I knew everything he said, and the other didn't understand a fucking word he said. So you get 2, Eddie. Sorry. The rants in this, they kind of, you lie, you cheat. In your rants in WCW Nitro, trademark PlayStation 1 test. 6, X-Pac, the 1-2-3 Kid. Whatever that porno he made with China is called that I would say that I can't think of off the top of my head. One Night in China. One Night in China. Has to be something stupid like that. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Underrated. Another underrated wrestler. Good talker, too, in my opinion. You know, Sean Waltman's voice, you know, that grit, kind of that snarl that, you know, even as a small dude, you know, in shape, fucking, if I walked up to him, you know, I'm 6'1", 6'2", whatever, I don't fucking know. But if I walked up to him and he could beat my ass. He's a small dude, but it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the X in the pack.
Hey, anytime you feel froggy, man, I'll slap on the buzz killer and rip your shoulder right out of the socket, Wolfpack style.
Ooh, man, he had a little fun with that. He had a little fun with that. And he did have some cool... That was his finish, right? In WCW? I can't quite remember. Yeah, it was. He had a submission finish, didn't he? Yeah, I don't fucking remember. 6. He had fun with that. We'll give that a 7. I liked it. Wolfpack. Yeah, we'll give that a 7. Good job, Pac. DDP. Man. How the WWF fucked that up, didn't they? The stalker gimmick. And then the... I mean, how to just ruin what was, you know, a career that a lot of people doubted. And, you know, DDP's still doing great for himself, but his career may have been something different if old WWF didn't stick their dick in the ass that was Diamond Dallas Page's career. But let's listen to the ring.
Hey, Monkey Boy. Like there's a choice here? Good God! Pick the man with the plan. Pick DDP.
Good God. That's still cool. I mean, smoking your stogie. I mean, that was cool. We'll give that name. I like that one. I still remembered that one. I knew what I was clicking on. I remembered. We'll give that name. Gotta love DDP. Diamond Cutter. Such a cool finish. Alright, next. Stevie Ray. New Legacy Inc.'s Johnny from New Legacy Inc. His favorite wrestler, Stevie Ray. His favorite. Look it up. It's true. Stevie Ray, his favorite wrestler. I got you, Johnny. I got you. Stevie Ray, gets shit on a lot, but truthfully, I liked him. I liked Harlem Heat as a kid. He was the big guy in Harlem Heat. He was jacked. Was his in-ring ability as great as others? It's questionable. Maybe not. But, jacked. It's fun to watch. He was a good tag team wrestler. And, some people might overlook good tag team wrestlers, but he was a good tag team fucking wrestler. His singles matches, in my opinion, not as good, but he was the perfect guy for a tag team. And Harlem Heat was such a cool team. And Booker T would not be where he is without Stevie Ray. Fact. And I liked Stevie Ray as a kid. Liked him more than Booker as a kid. Now? Yeah, no. Booker is superior. But Stevie Ray, like him. Still watch some of the stuff he puts out on YouTube and whatnot. Do I agree with all? No, maybe not. But, let's see what he has to say in his rant. I don't remember his rant, really. Besides 100 and something Street.
Hey, all you suckers out there!
It's that flash that you get as soon as you hear it. You can almost say, "Hey, all you suckers out there! You want to play the fucking game? You want to blah blah blah."
Hey, all you suckers out there! You want to play the game? You want to play with the big boys? Put your finger on the button, cause when you go down 110th Street, it's gonna be on like neck bone, sucker.
Like, no. I don't know what the fuck he said at the end of there besides sucker, but neck bone sucker.
Hey, all you suckers out there! You wanna play the game?
Suckers.
You wanna play with the big boys? Put your finger on the button, cause when you go down 110th Street, it's gonna be on like neck bone, sucker.
Like Ned bone? Like Ned bone? Like neck bone? I assume he's saying neck bone. What that means, I don't know. I'm just simple redneck white trash. I have no idea what that means, but I loved Harlem Heat as a kid. He did not give a fuck, but I had some laughs with it, so we'll give that a 5. I mean, I would give it a 1 truthfully if I wasn't laughing at it. And Harlem Heat, I mean, underrated tag team. Come on, it's Harlem Heat. That attire was dope. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Stevie Ray, underrated. Sorry, don't give a fuck. Underrated big guy. Alright? Suck my balls if you disagree. How about that? How about you suck my balls? Booker T. Love Book. Shucky Ducky. Quack. Quack. Obi Badanobi. Fucking, dude, so many good segments. I loved Gold Dust as a kid. And Booker T, right up there. If you give me a drink of your Slurpee, I will let you have a bite of my... It's fucking hilarious in Book's reaction, And those were the rants and, the match with Stone Cold in the grocery store. And just his matches in general, I mean, come on, underrated worker in the grand scheme of when you talk about the greatest workers, a physical freak. A Harlem Hangover, what a fucking cool move. The scissor kick followed by the spinneroonie, I mean, how iconic. You know, I think of Booker T. You know, I think of that SummerSlam match with The Rock, personally. And, you know, fucking people shit on Buff Bagwell, but even that match with Buff Bagwell, I think they just had it out for Bagwell because that match wasn't that bad. Disagree with me if you will, don't give a fuck. Booker T was a great worker. And, you know, King Booker, you know, fucking how many cool things did Booker T do, man? I mean, how many cool things did he do? You know, obviously the height of Book's career was being in this gem and others like Crush Hour. But, let's hear his rant, alright. You know, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you.
This is Booker T from Harlem Heat, hardcore OG brother from 110th Street. If any of you punks got the guts to step up to the plate, push the plate.
That's cool, man. One more time.
This is Booker T from Harlem Heat, hardcore OG brother from 110th Street. If any of you punks got the guts to step up to the plate, push the plate.
Dude, I pushed it for you, Book, during this game when I was a kid. You, the Stinger, Stevie Ray. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Booker T. Booker T. Gotta give, what?
This is Booker T from Harlem.
We'll give that a 7. That is a 7. Doing his gimmick. He gave enough of a fuck. It was cool. It's a 7. Scott Hall, rest in peace, the bad guy. Such a dope finish. The Outsider's Edge. Come on, man. Such a dope finish. One of the first video games I ever owned was this. And WWF WrestleMania and a couple other games. And Razor Ramon, the bad guy, man. Scott Hall. A lot of what we love about wrestling you can thank for this man. Probably a lot of some of the more questionable things. You know, I don't know. He made an impact. And he just, by the look on his face, does not give a fuck about doing this rant. But it'll probably be funny.
Yo, Chico, you selected Scott Hall? Get ready for a wild ride on the outside.
Ooh. I don't know where that bottle cap went. I'll find it in a minute so my Pupperino baby girl doesn't get to it. But no, man, that was cool. I mean, as a kid, you flick the toothpick. You know, I was lame. As a kid, I thought I was cool like Scott Hall and had a toothpick in my mouth for a little while because, you know, I'm Scott Hall. I'm just, you know, not as wealthy or in shape or attractive as Scott Hall, but I have a toothpick in my mouth, so, you know, I'm just as cool. Not really. The amount of shitty hand tattoo and cellulite on my body can't be as cool as Scott Hall. Scott Hall, cool fucking dude. Rest in peace. The bad guy. Razor Ramon. Underrated worker too. His matches, solid. Solid. A lot of people shit on Scott Hall. You know, watch some good Scott Hall matches. Never watched the ladder match with Shawn Michaels and Scott Hall? You're doing yourself a disservice, sir. Doing yourself a disservice. Gotta give it a 7. Final thought, 7. Kevin Nash. I remember his promo. His rant. Because he doesn't give a fuck, and you can tell he doesn't give a fuck during this picture. And that is Kevin Nash in a nutshell. But I still liked Kevin Nash. He was a beast. He was a fucking beast. And I knew early on he was Super Shredder in TMNT 2. I'll always hold a place in my heart for that. One of the first Marvel movies I ever watched as a kid that I can remember, Punisher. Literally got stabbed in that movie. Love him or hate him. he could probably kill most of you. You gotta respect him a little bit for that. Yeah, wouldn't want to fuck with that, man. But he does not give a shit, and I'm sure this rant will reiterate that.
Hey there!
Yeah.
Hey there!
10. 10.
Hey there! How'd you like to get power bomb? Come on, pick me. I'm begging you, pick me. Please pick me.
I'm surprised out of all the wrestlers in this game on the base roster, and that was all of them, not missing a single one, that Kevin Nash he was the only one that wouldn't have the circle option for a rant. I'm surprised he didn't just say, yeah, I'm not doing it. But he did it, and that was his best, as good as you're going to get, and that was 10. Perfect. Well, it's Captain Insano, the big slow. Oh, the giant. Loved him as a kid. Still like Paul White, Big Show. Some of his matches weren't great, but some of the stuff he did in WCW was pretty cool. Definitely had a cooler move arsenal. You know, that missile drop kick off the top rope for a guy his size, impressive. The toll that probably took on his body alone, you know, gotta have respect. So let's see the what I would imagine to be a very grunty rant from Captain Insane.
You think you got the courage to step in the ring? I think you're gonna wind up with a snap neck from the choke slam.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fucking, he just sounds like, yeah, just sounding mean and fucking giant, and he didn't give a fuck. That's a 6. He threatened to kill someone. Yeah, gets a 6. Gets a 6, but it's kind of lame. But kind of cool at the same time. Whatever wrestling game the Big Show's in next, give us a Captain Insano costume with the eye poke as a finish. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. And that is every base roster character, not missing a single one. Not missing a single base roster character. That was everyone. And gotta be honest, my favorites, you know, gotta love the Stinger. Alex Wright, fucking hysterical. God, I mean, Kevin Nash, hysterical. You know, Stevie Ray, pretty boring, but I like Stevie Ray, but he didn't give a fuck. He was getting a payday. Eddie Guerrero, pretty fucking boring. The man of 1,000 holds and 0 promos. Dean Malenko. Ric Flair's was abysmal. It was dog shit, but it's fucking still funny, and he does his gimmick. But yeah, I mean, that's the rants from WCW Nitro. Not missing a single wrestler on here at all. And yeah, that's it. And you know, and yeah, gotta love them. Gotta love them all. Every one of them I mentioned. And we're gonna end it there, everybody. A little bit of a different video for you. Stay cocky. Say bye, pickles. Say bye, pickles. Y'all have a good one.